is stopped at the 42-yard line by Chris McAllister.
And that's interesting. Wherever Johnny Morton goes, Chris McAllister goes. So they always put Chris McAllister, one of the top corners in the whole NFL. They always put him on their best receiver. So wherever Johnny Morton goes, that's where Chris McAllister is going to be.
Second down and 3 now. There's Morton and there's McAllister looking into your picture. And Priest Holmes busts one into Raven territory, and Holmes takes it to the 41-yard line. So Priest Holmes closing in on 100 yards. That's 16 there and 96 in the game for Priest Holmes.
And we talk about getting an offensive lineman on Ray Lewis. Watch John Wellborn here. He's a right tackle. He's going to come off and get Ray Lewis at that second level. See, you double on the first level, then he comes off and he gets Ray Lewis there. Ray Lewis didn't even see Priest Holmes run right by him.
41-yard line, first down, opening drive of the half. Holmes again. You know, I look at Trent Green, John. He's like a good pitcher that doesn't get a lot of support. What I mean by that is his lifetime record as a starter is 500. But his numbers are indicative of a guy who should win about 2/3 of his games. And the problem is the defense. Look at how many points per game he has accounted for his offense when he starts. 25.2. He's right there among the all-timers. But he's at 500 because he's played on teams that haven't had good defensive units and give up a lot of points. Green again, this time to Gonzalez, and he has a first down. Tony to the 26-yard line.
Doesn't that play always work after you get the running game going, then you fake the run and the bootleg? You know, where you fake the run to the left, the quarterback keeps it and goes out, then he's wide open, he has a receiver wide open, he has lanes to throw in. Watch this. Here goes Priest Holmes this way. Trent Green will fake and come out to this side. You see what it does to the defense? The defense all goes to that side. They leave Tony Gonzalez wide open and Trent Green wide open to throw the ball.
First and 10 now at the 27-yard line. Holmes again. And the key play on this drive so far with a flag thrown here. Key play was Green escaping a would-be sack, getting off the pass to Horn.
Offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Willie Rowe. So there goes the Holmes carry, and it'll be first and 20. Back to Green for a second on that graphic, John, where you show him among the all-time greats. It's similar to a pitcher who doesn't get a lot of run support. The guy's ERA is always very good, but his record is at 500 because the team has no offense. In this case, the team has no defense.
And I think that's what, you know, you say Kansas City Chiefs, to get to the Super Bowl, what do they have to do? They have to keep Trent Green, their offensive numbers going, and really improve this defense.
That foul from the spot, first and 18, and then again it's Horn taking it to the 21-yard line. So the Chiefs, who've had problems with the outside this year with Kennison hurt, Mark Boerichter got hurt, he's on injured reserve. They've had to mix and match, paste and glue, and this time it's Horn coming up big again.
Yeah, you see the inside receiver goes out, the outside receiver comes in, and Trent Green hits him right in that hole in the zone. There's a little out and up and a slant.
Second and 4 from the 21-yard line. And this time it's Blaylock, with Holmes coming out for a brief rest. Blaylock stopped for no gain by Thomas.
It's a load over there when you get Thomas, and then you get the safeties coming up, and there's no place to bounce to the outside, and the defensive linebackers did a good job of taking away the cutback.
So the Kansas City Chiefs 51 plays to 18 for the Ravens. Third down and 3. This drive is already a 10-play drive. 5.5 minutes plus. Third and 3. Short drop, quick flip, and Gonzalez has no place to go as McAllister takes him out of bounds. And in comes the field goal unit.
You know what they did? That was one of the things that Dick Vermeil was talking about, is they wanted to get in a bunch formation because that makes the Ravens zone. They got in a bunch. The Ravens were in a zone, but McAllister made the tackle.
This will be 38 yards. Lawrence Tynes. Baker spots it. And the kick is good. So Kansas City takes the lead again with 8:19 left in the third quarter. Chiefs 20, Ravens 17.
Use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
A reminder to tune into ESPN for 2006 World Cup qualifying. Live action between Scotland and Norway. That coming your way this weekend. Both teams seeking their first victory in Group 5, which also features the mighty Italy.
Yesterday, tonight, just within you.
And the Goodyear blimp providing the aerials of Baltimore and environs as the kickoff is taken at the 4-yard line by B.J. Sams. And Sams will have that punt return for a touchdown. Crowd wants a flag, and they will get one for a face mask. You can see that one from the upper deck. When a guy's head turns like that at the end of the play, you know what the call is going to be.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 52 in the kicking team. At the 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Quentin Caber with 8:13 left. Baltimore with the football for the first time in the second half and down by 3. Monday Night Football to the Midwest next week as the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field take on the Tennessee Titans. Two teams with Super Bowl aspirations, but right now each 1-3, so a very critical game for each. Next week, McNair should play, Favre should play on Monday night. From the 41-yard line, Bollert under pressure, wobbly pass that's caught out in the flat by Terry Jones, the tight end, to the 45, gain of 13, first down. Here's Michelle.
Well, 2 injuries for Kansas City's defense. Linebacker Scott Fujita, who sprained his right ankle in the first half. They have actually taped an air splint onto that right ankle. His return in this second half is questionable, as is the return of defensive tackle Ryan Sims. He pulled his left hamstring. They iced it at halftime, but they don't know whether he is going to be able to come back or not either, Al.
Yeah, that was on that freak play where he was diving for the loose ball. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Under pressure and sacked. It's a 9-yard sack, and that's Lionel Dalton, who used to be a Raven, coming in to make the sack.
Yeah, and he gets real pressure up the middle. And you just see Lionel Dalton. He's gonna take off. He's gonna be right here. You see in that cock nose position, and he's just gonna come right over the center. See, he just gets him there, no help. He just pushes him right back into Bowler. That's Jonathan Ogden out here. You know, sometimes, and he's a great tackler, a great pass protector. Sometimes he gets a little too high and can get bull rush.
Here's Jamal Lewis, who's had a pretty quiet night because Baltimore has rarely had the football tonight, and he is stopped. So while Holmes on the other side has 101 yards on 26 carries, Jamal Lewis in a limited number of carries, 8. With only 29 yards.
Right, and I think this Kansas City Chief defense is doing a good job. They're doing a good job of getting penetration, and they're doing a good job of tackling. And in their first couple of games, they didn't tackle well. I thought last week they tackled well, and tonight they're tackling well.
3rd down and 21 with 6.5 left in the third. Bowler surveys, 4-man rush. Line does a good job. He flips it outside, and it turns into a nice gain for Terry Jones, but he did step out of bounds, as you can see, about 2.5 yards short of the first down. But rumbling down the sideline was Jones, and it's 4th and 2.5.
Yeah, I was just thinking before that play, talking to Gunther Cunningham last night, he said one of the big problems in our defense is our 3rd and long defense for whatever reason. And I see what the reason is. I think they play a little soft. I think they don't get a good pass rush, and they play a soft zone, and they let things happen in front of them.
There is Gunther Cunningham. He's just watched his defense hold on. And that was Dexter McLean who denied Jones the first down.
Gunther knows that they've just lost about 15 yards of field position there.
Now Baltimore, and this is something they wanted to do.
Offense.
And normally,
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
see what I'll never understand about this is if the punting team says we're going to take a delay a game to get more space for our kicker, why in the world would the receiving team not decline the penalty?
The only thing that I can think of is they hope that somehow they can get the ball to Dante Hall. That, you know, that by going 5 yards back, I don't know. I would always decline the penalty because if they're trying to do it, I don't want them to do it.
Right. The punting team is saying we want you to accept the penalty. Why accept it? Perfect.
And
1
there's
yard
your
line.
5 yards right there.
Right there. Chad Williams. Well, one of the officials looked like he might have been calling a touchback. The other said he's down at the 1. So this is a play that's going to be looked at very carefully. This would be a reviewable play. Bounces.
Yep.
Kicking
Hits
player number
Sands.
49. Foot was in on the goal line. Therefore, it is a touchback. 1st and 10.
Yep, foot's on the line. Doesn't matter where the ball is. To the 20-yard line. Almost.
Hello there. It seems that FIFA finally gotten the World Club Championship to a point where they can ensure that it can be played. Remember in 2000 it was played in Brazil with no competition since that time anywhere. Now comes the announcement that the new World Club Championship will be played in Japan in 2005 and 2006. That's fine with me, as it replaces the Intercontinental Cup, which Japan has hosted since 1980. So fair enough, give them the first 2 shots at the new cup. I am against any country becoming a permanent home for the World Club Championships. I say it should be rotated to countries who never get a chance to host a big tournament. Use this competition to build up football in certain areas. It can also be used to say thank you to fans in countries who have shown so much support for the World Game. In other words, give everybody a chance to enjoy the World Club Championships. What do you think? That's what's today all on your bag this week. And I'm Tommy Smith with a Y.
ESPN presents the best of Friday Night Fights. Prior to his 3 classics against Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward was part of the 2001 Fight of the Year. Don't miss this 12-round classic battle between Ward and Emmanuel Augustus, Friday on ESPN.
World Cup qualifying will figure prominently on the next edition of ESPN's SoccerNet Press Pass, with pride of place, of course, going to Nigeria's World Cup qualifying campaign. That's all coming up on Friday, right here on ESPN.
Back, the ball is at the 20-yard line. We've been looking at this in commercial break and how close this was, touchback or 1-yard line. And one of the keys is clearly you'll see the foot is on the line here. There it is. Now he's trying to reestablish, as he gets the foot up, he's trying to reestablish position. But the knee has to come down before anything else were to happen. That's Chad Williams. He got the foot up, but he didn't get the knee down. Had he gotten the knee down, it would have been at the 1-yard line. And that pass is caught by Jason Dunn, but not caught now, as they're ruling it incomplete, saying that he didn't have possession. The line judge is there. Another look, John. I don't know if that's clear or not, but once the foot's on the line, it should be a touchback. Here's another one. We're looking at the other play here now. Ball was coming loose.
It looked like it was coming loose, but you didn't see it come loose.
So we got all kinds of stuff going on here right now. The touchback play, that's dead and gone. Nothing to review right there. But when he gets his foot off the goal line, you have to get your knee back down to reestablish position. He didn't quite do that. 2nd down and 10. And Green throws, and that pass is incomplete. Intended for Horn. So 3rd down and 10 now, with Kansas City up on top, 20-17. Key guys for the Chiefs tonight to this point in the game, up to the moment. Trent Green hitting about 2/3 of his passes for 155. Holmes averaging close to 4 yards a carry in a triple-figure night, and Gonzalez has caught 4 passes.
Isn't that a surprise this early in the games that Priest Holmes has over 100 yards? In fact, the Chiefs had over 100 yards in the first half.
26 totes for Mr. Holmes. Green protected well, and on 3rd and 10 there's a flag thrown, and that is caught by Johnny Morton. Wrestled it away from the defensive back. For the moment, it's a first down. Let's see about the call, though.
Wrestled it away, I think, from Chris McAllister. Looked like McAllister had great coverage on him.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, 21 of the defense. That penalty will be declined. Result of the play, first down.
And that's McAllister.
Yeah, Johnny Morton's having a pretty big night here against Chris McAllister. You see, he's working him there. He gets inside, and then he gets McAllister to take that step inside, and then he cuts back out, and he looks like he just takes the ball right off Chris McAllister's shoulder pads.
And possesses it and stays in bounds, and it's 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Holmes strings it out, and when it looks like there's nothing, he turns it into about an 8-yard gain. He's so patient, picks his spots, lets the line do the job, and instead of it being like 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 2.
You know what it is? He's only 5'9", and he's so quick and powerful, I don't think the defense always sees him. I mean, he gets down like this, and as you say, he has patience here, patience, wait, and you're going to get some more blockers because all these Chief blockers can all move. Watch the line come out here, the fullback come out here. Everyone is getting on someone, and Priest Holmes knows they'll keep it alive, so he has to keep it alive.
2nd and 2. Holmes now over 5,000 yards as a Chief alone, and this is Blaylock to the 45-yard line. Derek Blaylock, the backup back, and don't forget they also have Larry Johnson as a back, their #1 pick out of Penn State. There's Holmes getting a breather. Johnson looked like he might play last week when Holmes had a bad ankle earlier in the week, recovered to have a good enough day against Houston, and tonight a big night for him. And Johnson behind him. Johnson doesn't look like a guy that's going to be playing tonight, does he? No. Arms crossed. Or anytime soon. 1st and 10. Green. That's a 6-yard gain. Catch is made there by Tony Richardson. Ray Lewis mic'd up again.
I could be making a play. Coach, I'm talking about every play. I got 2 men on me. Every single play. Coach, there's no way I can be getting double every play. It's just not possible. It's not possible. What? Look at the papers. It's not possible.
You know, here's Blaylock, and he picks up a first down. If I'm Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator, and Ray Lewis says I'm getting doubled on every play, I would go, so what else is new?
Yeah, I mean, just keep on playing, which he will do. I mean, Ray Lewis is a fighter, and he's going to continue to play, but he hasn't been doubled on every play. And we saw that one run by Priest Holmes that John Welborn was the only guy blocking. So sometimes you get in the way these, you know, this Chief offensive line is doing a job, and the way they're moving the ball, sometimes it feels like there's 2 when there's only 1.
33-yard line. Blaylock again. Listen, this is something. You've got Priest Holmes, who's carried 27 times. He needs a blow. You've got Larry Johnson as a #1 draft choice, but he's not going to play. And you got this kid Blaylock coming up. I say kid, 4th year out of Stephen F. Austin, doing a great job on this drive.
And watch, Ray Lewis is only going to get blocked by 1 guy this time. It's Jordan Black, number 65, who's in there for Brian Waters. And he just gets on him and just stays on him. They said that Brian Waters has cramps, and that's why Jordan Black is in there at that left guard position.
2nd and 3 from the 26-yard line. Blaylock, 4th carry in a row, turns the corner, close to a first down, right at the marker. Blaylock had only carried the ball 3 times all season. Now he has 4 carries on this drive. Historically, a look here, Ray Lewis, 5+ Pro Bowls and a Super Bowl championship before age 30. Willie Lanier's in the Hall of Fame. Jack Lambert, Hall of Fame. Mike Singletary, Canton. There's Mike. Ray Lewis. Canton someday, too.
Pretty exclusive club.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 22. Good play fake again, a ton of time, and Green throws, and that is caught by the diving Horn inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal on a 14-yard pickup. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs have outgained the Baltimore Ravens 354 yards to 126.
Now, I know that Trent Green is doing a good job. Priest Holmes is doing a good job. But to me, it's the offensive line. The offensive line is whipping that front of the Ravens.
The Chiefs have run an astonishing 40 more plays than the Ravens. From the 8 on 1st down. Holmes is back in the game, isn't he, though? To the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
Excuse me, I was just saying this Raven defense has been on the field 33 minutes of the 44 minutes in this game. And don't you just kind of feel them wearing down? I mean, part of it is how long they've been on the field. And the other part of it is what this Chief offensive line is doing to them. Look, they just engage them. They keep their feet going. They get them driven back. They get them driven sideways. And they make pretty big holes for whomever the running back is.
2nd down and goal now. 3rd quarter coming to a conclusion. And Holmes can't get in. So they'll switch sides of the field. They'll try to get it in on the east end instead of the west as we tick down to the end of the 3rd quarter. And at the end of 3, the Kansas City Chiefs, with a 3-1 edge in time of possession, lead the Baltimore Ravens 20-17. Monday Night Football from Baltimore resumes after this message from our ABC stations.
Hello there from Derek Ray and Tommy Smith here in the ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass studio. We always enjoy dipping into the mailbag. Remember the website, espnsoccernet.com, and look for the Press Pass link. And our first question this week comes from Tharaka in Australia. Here it is, Tommy. Will Real Madrid win the Champions League, and do they need a new coach?
Well, I certainly feel that Real Madrid are back on the right path. Maybe not fully back, but I think they have a good shot at winning the Champions League. I don't think there's anything wrong with the coach to just get rid of one.
OK, let's move on to question 2. This one comes from Simeone in Zambia. Do you think that Arsenal will go unbeaten this season in the Premiership? And how far can they go in the UEFA Champions League?
Wait a minute now. To go unbeaten again in England this year, this would be incredible. I don't think it can happen. To play Manchester United, that would be the 50th game. That might be the one. I don't think they're going to very far in the Champions League.
Keep those questions and comments coming in. espnsoccernet.com, and look for the Press Pass link.
Your home for the thrills and spills of motorsports all season long is ESPN.
ESPN presents the best of Friday night fights. Prior to his 3 classics against Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward was part of the 2001 Fight of the Year. Don't miss this 12-round classic battle between Ward and Emmanuel Augustus, Friday on ESPN.
Football, Al Michaels, John Madden, and Michelle Tafoya. 3-point lead for Kansas City. They try to pay off a drive here on 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Holmes is the tailback. Gonzalez is in motion. They give it to Holmes. And Holmes is in again for the touchdown, his 2nd, behind a Will Shields block. And why not? The 9-time Pro Bowler leading the way for Priest Holmes, who went over 5,000 yards as a Chief alone tonight. And it's a 9-point lead going on 10.
You talk about Will Shields. Here he is right here. He's going to pull. Priest Holmes is right back here. He's going to come in and go over the top. Watch Shields here. He pulls, and he leads right through there. Now he gets everyone down. In fact, he knocks him right on his back. When you knock a guy on his back, then your back can dive over it.
Beautifully designed play. Richardson goes one way. Holmes cuts back to the left side. Extra point by Tynes is good. And the Kansas City Chiefs are on top by 10 early in the 4th quarter in Baltimore.
I'm Marty Reed, and this is another U.S. Nationals memory. 1967. After failing to qualify for the first 2 national events of the season, Big Daddy Don Garlitz vowed not to shave his beard until he ran in the 6-second range. He got that first ever run in the 6s when he needed it most in the finals of the 1967 U.S. Nationals. 20,000 fans watched as Rip Van Garlitz finally shaved in the winner's circle.
You don't have to miss American college football anymore. ESPN Game Plan gives fans the games they want all season long right on your computer. ESPN Game Plan is the only online pay-per-view package that offers maximum college football. Just log on to ESPN.com and click on the Game Plan logo, and you've got over 150 of the best games in the college football season. Games are live and archived. You can watch any game, anytime. Log on to ESPN.com and search Game Plan.
No equipment needed. Only your hands and your heart. And according to the outcome, you will live 3 minutes of hell. Or 3 minutes of glory. Friday Night Fights on ESPN.
ESPN presents the best of Friday Night Fights. Prior to his 3 classics against Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward was part of the 2001 Fight of the Year. Don't miss this 12-round classic battle between Ward and Emmanuel Augustus. Friday on ESPN.
Join ESPN for another edition of Sports Center. We'll go around the world of sports. In-depth look at all the news, scores, and highlights.
As the bouncing kickoff is fielding DJ Sams from the 10-yard line, and Sams up to the 38-yard line with 14:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. And Kansas City coming in as the underdog tonight, but up by 10.
Because Epionic is a better defensive second base.
Klesko, the pitch to Gonzalez, hit in the air to right center. Finley on his horse, dives, makes an incredible catch, and Klesko is back to second.
I think it's pretty old. Not pitching like he's old, though, and not hitting like it is long. Long run, Magruder with a diving play. Taking away a base hit from Randy Johnson. Driven into left field. Jenkins, long run into the gap. He goes, and he slides, holds on to that baseball tonight. So 3 back. Shot, leaping, making the play, Shea Hillenbrand. Speaking of the Red Sox.
No equipment needed. Only your hands and your heart. And according to the outcome, you will live 3 minutes of hell. Or 3 minutes of glory. Friday Night Fights on ESPN.
World Cup qualifying will figure prominently on the next edition of ESPN's SoccerNet Press Pass, with pride of place, of course, going to Nigeria's World Cup qualifying campaign. That's all coming up on Friday, right here on ESPN.
Let's tear it up. I must insist. Come on. Burn it all. Burn it.
The Baltimore Ravens at the 38-yard line. They had the ball only 11 minutes in the game, and on first down, the pass completed to Chief territory. Kevin Johnson, former Cleveland Brown, played with Jacksonville last year, picks up a first down, 23-yard pickup.
Well, the Ravens haven't been able to do anything offensively, and I think they were trying that, run and run and run. Here, watch Kevin Johnson. He's going to come up, run that deep in, come under control, and then Bowler hits him right there. You see, just as he breaks in, comes under control, there's the ball.
At the Kansas City 40-yard line on first down. Toss back to Jamal Lewis inside the 35, and Lewis out of bounds at the 33-yard line, forced out there by Jerome Woods. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
You see Jonathan Ogden pull on that one, and if you're a corner and you have force on that side and you see him coming, there's no way you want to take it on. Watch Ogden will come out here. Here comes the force man up. He's just going to get Ogden low, try and take him out at the ankles. Here he comes, pull, pull, pull. But in taking Ogden out, he also takes himself out.
2nd and 3 now. Lewis cuts it back. Tough to bring down. 6-yard gain. What's killed the Chiefs this season is the 4th quarter. They've lost to Denver. They've lost to Carolina. They've lost to Houston. Coming into the game tonight, they have been outscored 34-7 in the final period. Of course, this 4th quarter ended with a 3rd and goal, and they scored. But right now, it's the 4th quarter blues, and you can see them maybe starting again the way Baltimore is operating on this drive.
Al Saunders, the offensive coordinator, said last night that Ernie Zampese told him years ago that all games boil down to the last 2 possessions.
There's Lewis busting tackles, and Lewis close to a 1st down. And Lewis, if anything, when you look at him historically, gets even better later in the game.
Well, you can just see, he says early in the game he has to run over guys. Later in the game, as they get a little tired, then he thinks that it's easier to run over them.
And it should be in this particular case, because this is only his 11th carry of the night.
Right, but that Kansas City defense is fresh also. It's not a worn-down 4th quarter defense.
Freshness against freshness, but right now Baltimore mounting a nice-looking drive. 4 plays. They've covered 45 yards from the 17-yard line. It's Lewis again. A healthy dose of Jamal Lewis. And Lewis again. It takes a couple of guys to bring him down. Gain of 7. Woods and Monty Beisel converge to make this stop.
You know, and that's what Jamal Lewis does so well, and we've seen it a couple times on this drive. He'll start out to the right, and the play is called a run to the right, and then he cuts back to the left, and he's always trying to get over there either behind or close to Jonathan Ogden.
You saw that 5.9. I tried to circle it. It looked like a Chiefs logo. That's what happens when you're right left-handed. 2nd down and 3, but it illustrates how tough he is at the end of the game. He comes out for a refresher here, and they give it to Chester Taylor, and he takes it down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal.
You know, that's one of the things that kind of bothers, I think, Brian Billick is that he comes out, you know, he gets the yards, and then he comes out to get a breather when you're down there in the red zone. The good news is he's running well. The bad news is now is when you need him in there to run well.
Sure, 245 pounds is exactly what you're wanting at the end here. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Taylor, and he's taken down, and let's see if Lewis comes back in, and there's a flag.
This looks like he can't get his breath.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's waiting to, you know, to get that 2nd breath or whatever you call that after you get gassed and you finally get it again. I don't know. He doesn't look like he's getting it, does he?
No, he doesn't. I mean, you wouldn't think. Oh, let's get the call.
Holding 61 of the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
You wouldn't think it would be a conditioning issue for a guy who's that good and seems to thrive, you know, on late game carries. But the way it looks right now,
but he always does that. I mean, he'll run 2 or 3 in a row and then come out and let the other guy go for a while, and he's just trying to catch his breath, you know, and get that 2nd wind. And the good news is it's still 1st down.
1st and goal. Lewis has carried 4 times on this drive, but he's still on the sideline. Bowler swings it out to Taylor. And Taylor gets taken down on the open field at the 16-yard line by Sean Barber. It'll be 2nd down and goal. And now Jamal's going to come back.
Yeah, and Chester Taylor is usually in there on passing downs anyway, so if he had been in there on the 2nd and 3rd down, it wouldn't have been that bad unless the Ravens want to go back to a run here on this 2nd long situation.
Taylor, nice average for the season. 2nd down and goal at the 16-yard line. Lewis Turns it back upfield and is finally forced out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So a big 3rd down and goal coming up for Baltimore.
And we talk about Priest Holmes and the patience he had. Watch Jamal Lewis here. He gets the patience right there. He does a little stutter step. Wait. Let those blocks happen downfield and then run in the crease between them. The patience there. Keep those feet going. Keep those short, choppy steps. And then break off the inside and the outside block.
3rd down and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line. Chester Taylor is the running back. A little fade to the corner of the end zone and not even in bounds. Himes was the guy, and a flag is thrown. That ball would have gone out of the end zone. Dexter McLeon is there, and they're going to flag him.
And Kyle Bowler knew that he had to get rid of that ball out because the Chiefs were coming on a blitz.
22 in the defense.
Dexter McLeon also knows that. He has man-to-man. Now, again, he can bump him within the first 5 yards. Can't touch him when the ball's in the air. Oh, that's not interference.
Well, you know, not only is it not interference, but the ball is out of the end zone. You saw McLean with his arm above his head saying not catchable. That's not catchable. That's not catchable.
But it wasn't interference anyway. I mean, he was looking back at the ball. He didn't do it. You have to let him do that.
Apart from that, they got it dead right. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And that's intercepted in the end zone by Warfield. And you know what? There's a flag down on that. It's sort of sweet justice in a way. However, now you've got another flag in the end zone. And you can tell this one's going to be against Kansas City when you looked at Billick.
Billick is livid. I think what he's livid about is Kyle Bowler running to his left and trying to throw that ball back in there in the end zone. I mean, he has to be upset with Bowler.
Prior to the pass, holding number 44 in the defense.
Wow. Billick won't be so livid right now.
No, he's still going to be upset with his quarterback. There's Warfield there, number 44. And again, he just had a hold of the jersey. That's holding. That's defensive holding.
That is a penalty.
Right, automatic 1st down.
So 1st and goal now from inside the 1-yard line. Jamal Lewis. Touchdown. He was stopped at the goal line, but you could see him get his hand over the goal line, and the official comes in from the side and rules it a touchdown. All you have to do is get the ball over the goal line, and it's a touchdown, and he did.
Jamal Lewis says that Priest Holmes is his mentor. He watched Priest Holmes do this. He doesn't jump as well as Priest Holmes does, but he knows one thing, that the ball has to break the plane of the goal line. So his hands are so strong that he can do this. High school kids watching at home, running backs, don't do that.
Before his forward progress is stopped. Stover. And that'll make it a 3-point game. So Lewis gets into the end zone. And the Kansas City Chiefs lead has gone from 10 to 3 with 9:14 to go.
Hello there. It seems that FIFA finally gotten the World Club Championship to a point where they can ensure that it can be played. Remember in 2000 it was played in Brazil with no competition since that time anywhere. Now comes the announcement that the new World Club Championship will be played in Japan in 2005 and 2006. That's fine with me, as it replaces the Intercontinental Cup, which Japan has hosted since 1980. So fair enough, give them the first 2 shots at the new cup. I am against any country becoming a permanent home for the World Club Championships. I say it should be rotated to countries who never get a chance to host a big tournament. Use this competition to build up football in certain areas. It can also be used to say thank you to fans in countries who have shown so much support for the world game. In other words, give everybody a chance to enjoy the World Club Championships. What do you think? That's what's the day along your bag this week. And I'm Tommy Smith with a Y.
I'm 2-time U.S. Nationals champ Larry Dixon, and this is another U.S. Nationals memory. 1967. After failing to qualify for the first 2 national events of the season, Big Daddy Don Garlits vowed not to shave his beard until he ran in the 6-second zone. He got that first ever run in the sixes when he needed it the most in the finals of the '67 U.S. Nationals. 20,000 fans watched as Rip Van Garlits finally shaved that beard off in the winner's circle.
World Cup qualifying will figure prominently on the next edition of ESPN's SoccerNet Press Pass, with pride of place, of course, going to Nigeria's World Cup qualifying campaign. That's all coming up on Friday, right here on ESPN.
ESPN Sports Center follows the game, all of the day's highlights. And it's been a good game before 69,827 here at the ballpark in Baltimore. M&T Bank Stadium. It's had a couple of different names through the years. Kickoff taken at the 5-yard line by Dante Hall. Hall up past the 30 to the 31-yard line. Dallas Thomas makes the stop. 9:07 left in the fourth.
And I'm super bad. Come on.
Fake to Allstott. Oh no. Philip Buchanan walks it. 31-yard touchdown. Renteria grounds one, deflected to shortstop. This guy in O'Baraham, he got it. Oh, what a play.
28 years old.
Nix hits this one solid. Center field. Oh, my goodness, what a grab by Reed.
That's a Jim Edmonds highlight play right there.
8 games remaining after today.
Patterson fighting the glare of the sun.
Situation. Toss Anderson so he can throw as well. Left-handed, and Glenn reaches for it and catches it for the touchdown. Richie Anderson.
We head to the links for the '84 Lumber Classic, where PGA star Vijay Singh continued a record-breaking year. Singh held off Stuart Sink by 1 stroke, featuring a final round 69, finishing 15 under par. His 8th victory of the year surpasses Tiger Woods for the all-time single-season money title. ESPN celebrates Vijay Singh, our Athlete of the Week. ESPN presents the best of Friday night fights. Prior to his 3 classics against Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward was part of the 2001 Fight of the Year. Don't miss this 12-round classic battle between Ward and Emmanuel Augustus, Friday on ESPN.
That Baltimore touchdown drive featured 7 runs and 2 passes. It's a 3-point game. Kansas City now at the 31-yard line. Brian Waters is back in the game. The left guard, first down from the 31. Fake to Holmes. Green on the run. Throws. Wobbler incomplete. Intended for Horn. Chased by Suggs. Ray Lewis again.
Hey! Hey! Let's keep it hot. Let's keep it hot. It's supposed to be physical. It's supposed to be physical. Hey, man. Hey, listen here. I don't care nothing about none of that. Man, let's go 3-0. Get Trent Green on the ground. Get him on the ground, and it's over. All right? Let's go.
They've only gotten Green on the ground once tonight. 1 sack, 3 yards. 2nd and 10. Green is 18 of 26 for 195. Here goes Holmes to the short side of the field. Runs right by Lewis and is bumped out of bounds after a 12-yard pickup by Will Demps. And nobody can turn a crowd off faster than Priest tonight.
Right, they worry about Trent Green, and Priest Holmes has gained about 130 yards now. See, they had motion and they fake a reverse and they kind of hold that one side, and then Priest Holmes is able to get on the corner here. Watch Tony Richardson here, number 49. Ray Lewis says that he's being blocked by 2 guys all the time. That was just 1 guy. That was Tony Richardson.
From the 43-yard line. Holmes again. 45-yard line. Kelly Gregg makes the tackle. The Baltimore defense so potent, but tonight, touchdown on a 10-play drive, field goal on a 12-play, 14-yard touchdown drive. look at the length of those drives, the number of plays, 14, 13, and to the point where Kansas City's run 68 plays to Baltimore's 31.
Right, and I go back to the domination of the Chiefs' offensive line. That's where that starts. If they don't do that, you are not going to have that kind of domination.
2nd and 8. Pass to the 42, caught. Johnny Morton got free, got inside Chris McAllister. Morton and McAllister all night long. And for Johnny Morton now, that's a total of 4 catches for 59 yards.
Johnny Morton's kind of showing them a little something tonight. You know, they say that the Chiefs have a running game, an offensive line, but they don't have outside or wide receivers. And Johnny Morton has been going against Chris McAllister and doing a pretty good job. That one came out a bunch. You know, they like to get in that. That wasn't a great throw, but Johnny Morton made a pretty good play on it.
More than halfway through the quarter. Laylock. And the backup back to the 39-yard line for a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Again to set it, Kansas City 0-3. Very few teams have been 0-4. The last one would be San Diego to go 0-4 in the early 90s and get to the playoffs. Meanwhile, Baltimore losing on opening day, trying to go 3-1, trying to keep pace with Pittsburgh in the AFC North.
Look at those plays. 70 plays. And they've had the ball for over 36 minutes.
2nd down and 7. Holmes is back. 2-step drop, caught 2 yards shy of the first down by Johnny Morton.
You're talking about Ray Lewis getting fired up. Looks like old Johnny Morton's fired up, doesn't it? I've always liked him. You know, he played for years in Detroit, and he's one of those guys that's a very competitive guy. He just has to get inside here. The corner's playing him off, so he couldn't get inside him right away. So he just kind of shortens that slant down a little and gets in front of Chris McAllister.
Very big 3rd and 2. Deep drop. Green has it knocked down. Looks like he wanted to pull it down, so he can't get that one away, and it's going to be 4th down. You can't risk a field goal here, I wouldn't think, because it's over 50 yards if you attempt it. And
you're right.
Well, the downside is you give Baltimore the ball at the 42-yard line if you miss it in the 3-point game. You can't afford that.
And he did try and pull it down. Watch this. You see, he comes here. Had he thrown that ball, it would have been intercepted by Chris McAllister. You see, that 21 was right there.